law school made me more enlightened and more cynical. Both of those things I think were really good for me in terms of my development as a thinker and doer. Being close to people who knew way more and still know way more than I do. Maybe not about racial issues as much, but certainly about what gender means and what class solidarity means. So I feel like I did a ton of learning in law school. Those things that I learned from people were more important than the things that I learned from the books that I read. Lawyers don't need to lead anything, honestly. We should be people who assist and support, but we don't need to be the ones that are setting the agenda, deciding what matters and what doesn't. I think that we should take our cues from the people who know it better than we do.
I'm still learning about what it means to be an activist. For me, it's being a human, seeing that there's things that I don't like that are going on in the world that I live in. I don't want the world to look like this for my kids, for my grandkids. When I think about all the movements and how we are even here today, it all happened truly because the community wanted to speak out about something. If we're not happy with something, not only are we in the courts fighting it, but we're also in the streets.
A more liberated future for me looks like a world that's less autocratic and less plutocratic and more democratic. The average person, regardless of where they grew up, what they have, who they know, how much money they make, that they feel and believe and know that they can make a dent in our system. A more liberated future, I feel like, is one where people can say something and that matters and they know it matters.
A liberated future is having open borders, no jails, no detention centers. I think we truly should not be locking people up that come here for, a better future. The immigration system as a whole, I hope it's something that's completely transformed. Right now, it's really not working for the world we live in.
I've become a little bit more optimistic in terms of the small changes that we can make year by year to eventually move our society in a more just and equitable way. Giant leaps of progress are much more rare. If they come, I'm happy, but I don't expect that. One of the reasons why a lot of young people tend to tune out of the political system is because there is an expectation that it should be doing more for us, which it should, but it's not necessarily designed that way. And that's not to say that there's nothing to do about it. We can do things about it, but it won't happen in a year. It won't happen in 2 years. It might take a whole lifetime.
As a young person, the things you can do and the people that you can move by learning about these things, I think it's incredible. There's a ton of potential there. The spaces to be able to interact in those ways exist far beyond the ballot box. As a young person, you can do anything. You can organize stuff at your school. You can organize stuff in your community. Your voices are honestly the ones that are most needed because they're the most honest.